Hey guys, it's Courtney. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am an almost 3-year carnivore. I like to share a lot of recipes, what I eat in the day in the life, little vlogs, sometimes interviews on just keeping this carnivore lifestyle sustainable and creative. So before we start on the cupcakes, I do want to say, if you have my book and you have an early copy, we made a little boo-boo for the cupcakes, page 202. We forgot, and I say we, I guess I did, but all my editors also overlooked this too. We didn't put in the cooking temperature. So it is 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We have done a reprint. So if you have a newer copy, it might already say that in there. So some of you may have a collector's item now. And if you have bought my book, thank you so much. It is officially an international bestseller. So thank you guys for that. It's pretty rad. Another thing on these cupcakes, I don't use any sugars or allulose or monk fruit, and you can. Just at the time when I was creating this book, I wasn't using any sweeteners at all. And I still don't all the time, but sometimes I do dabble in it. But at the time, I was like, I'm just staying away. I didn't want to trigger myself eating anything sweet. So these are great as is. My kids do love them. But if you're someone that likes to use allulose or monk fruit, then you'll just kind of have to wing it. I would add it into when you're doing the egg yolk cream cheese mixture, maybe give a little bit of a sprinkle. And then when you're making the whipped cream topping, you could do a little sprinkle of whatever sweetener you like. So let's get started. We are going to need 5 large eggs, and you're going to separate them. This is the kind of like pain in the butt part, I guess. And it's really not that big of a deal. It's simple. I just I don't know. When I separate eggs, I recommend using the 3-bowl method because you don't want to be trying to do all this in one bowl and then have one of the yolks break. It will ruin all the whites. So we're going to crack an egg into here, and you're going to take the yolk and just gently let the whites fall through your fingers. And you're going to set that in its own little bowl. And the whites are going to go into your other bowl. And I'm just putting them directly into my mixer. So like I said, if you cracked them all into this and then separated the yolks, if you broke one, that would be a bummer, especially because eggs cost a fortune these days. I also wanted to add, so if you've made cloud bread before, this is the recipe. It's the same batter. We're just making it into cupcakes. And also, if you don't want to make cupcakes, this is the same batter as Kelly Hogan's Oopsie Cake. So I also have a video for that. It's a short one. Hopefully I will remember to link that. Okay, then you're just going to lick your fingers. Kidding. I'm going to go rinse these off. Okay, so I'm going to add this. And then you're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon cream of tartar. Actually cream of tartar. People don't like when I mispronounce it. If you don't have it, I think it would probably be fine, to be honest. I think this helps to stabilize the whites, but if you don't have it, I wouldn't let that stop you from making this recipe. So that looks about right. And then we're going to whip it and whip it good. I'm using my stand mixer for this. You can use just a hand mixer. I actually don't have one, so it's going to go over here. That is going to whip, let's see. I haven't made these since I made the book, so I don't even know what I'm doing. Mix until stiff peaks form on high. I usually don't always start on high right away. I don't want it to so we'll turn that up in a second. It's going to take about 3 minutes. In the meantime, we are going to blend up the yolks, cream cheese, 5 ounces of cream cheese or 10 tablespoons, softened. I didn't really soften mine. We'll see what happens. Vanilla, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. Kosher salt is chunky salt. Okay, it's very coarse. So table salt, it's not going to be like an exact thing, but it's just a little pinch, tiny little pinch. We're going to mix that up. And we're going to mix that up, and then we will incorporate it into, we'll incorporate the whites into this. You know what? I've done it both ways. You're supposed to add the whites to the yolk mixture. I've done it both, and it's fine, but we're going to follow the directions that I put in here. Hopefully you can hear me with that going. Maybe that should be in a different room, but hopefully this mic is helping that out. Okay, 5 yolks. So you can blend this up however you want. Again, if you have the hand mixer or whatever, I just use My immersion stick blender came with a little food processing thing, so we're just gonna do that. I'm worried that's gonna be loud. I might wait till it's done. Okay, so stiff peaks is when they just stay firm like that. So I have my 5 yolks, 5 ounces of cream cheese, going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/8 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. I don't know if you can hear my kids back there giggling. I'm gonna blend it up. We're gonna add that batter into a large bowl. And then we're going to take some of the egg whites and gently fold it in like this, that you can't see. Remember guys, I'm self-taught, so I could be doing this wrong. So let me know if something looks wonky. So you just want to do this slowly and gently because you want it to still keep all the air in there. You want it to be light and fluffy. That way it will be less like an omelet cupcake. I like to use silicone. They pop out very easily. You could do the papers. It might stick a little bit. So I definitely recommend silicone, and then put the silicone mat on a cookie sheet so you're not all, floppy jalopy. You're going to generously fill these. They're not going to rise, so however you put them in, that's how they're going to stay. Now, depending on the size of your muffin cups, you're going to use about 1/3 of a cup. My muffin cups, they're actually I feel like a little on the small side compared to the tin muffin pan that I have. So yours might not be as massively overflowing as mine are, but it's okay because it shouldn't spill out. It's just gonna harden as it is. My mouth is watering. I just want to eat one right now. In the oven, 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 to 50 minutes. They're going to be lightly browned on top. Make sure they're cooked all the way through. Otherwise, they will be hard to peel off. Once they're really cooked, they'll come out really easily. So we're going to bake these now. And when they come out to cool, then we will work on the frosting. All right, let's pull these out. They usually don't look like that, but that's okay. But I'm going to let them cool. No, that's the hardest part, but you need to let them cool. Well, I don't want to tell you what to do, but if you frost them, it will all melt. I will say, having a quality control one with some whipped cream, warm with the cold, that would be very delicious. But let's let them cool on a metal rack. I will also say this would be a great thing to make the day before you're going to use, and just make the whipped cream fresh, pop it on, let them come to room temp. Again, I would keep them in the fridge, pop the whipped cream on, some sprinkles if you're using it. I do use dye-free sprinkles for my kids, so there is sugar in them, but they're dye-free. So let's make the whipped cream frosting. We are going to take our mixing bowl. We are going to add 2 cups of heavy cream. I like this brand, Strauss. I find it at Whole Foods or Sprouts because it doesn't have any gums in it or carrageenan or whatever it is. Another brand that is clean would be Clover. And then I think Trader Joe's also has one there. Ooh, good thing I have another one. I just had some pork rind cereal while we were waiting, so I used a little bit, and now I don't have enough. I'm not going to open another one just for that. It's fine. Close enough. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then we're going to mix it up again. Also, here's a tip. If you do buy the Strauss brand, you bring these back because you're paying a deposit on them. And here, at least in California, I get $3 back for every bottle I bring. Okay, so obviously I did not wait for this to cool. It looks so funny and kind of deflated, but let them all cool before you take them off, and then they won't be so wonkily shaped. Is that a word? Okay, I'm not going to pipe them all. I mean, if I was doing a party or something tomorrow, I would make them all look pretty, but my kids are literally just going to eat them as is. So I'm just going to show you a mini version of what I would do. You could just plop it right on, which is what I'm going to do for the kids. But to make a piping bag out of a Ziploc, you're just going to put your Ziploc into a cup like that. And then when you get, the whole thing full, then you're just going to hold it, snip it off, a little snipperoo, and then you're just gonna pipe it on. So pretty. Or of course you could get a pastry bag. And then for the kids, I'll, add some sugar onto it. Sugar. Well, I guess it is that I'll add sprinkles, but for me, I'm gonna keep it plain. Let's bring this a little closer. Oh, hi, that's fun angle. Okay, so here it is. Whipped cream is delicious. It's good. Obviously, it's not like super sweet unless you're adding a sweetener, but almost 3-year carnivore, this is a treat for me. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Give this a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all the things. I will link my cookbook below. So if you haven't already, you can grab that if you're interested in it. And I will see you guys next time. Let me know in the comments which one I should make next time. You guys voted for this one. I gave you other options of, what was it? The kofta kebabs. No, kofta meatballs. What's in my book? Swedish meatballs and eggs Benedict. So one of those, or if you have another suggestion that you would like to see me make, let me know. I'll see you next time.